we're confident every. Oh, there you go. I'm like, man, I got louder.
Finally.
We're very confident in every shot that we take as a team. No matter who takes it, if it's a shot that you work on in practice or pregame, we feel comfortable with you taking them shots, and we're very confident, and the shots are going in. So anytime shots going in, of course it helps, with how you play on the other end. But we want to live on the defensive end first.
Have you been waiting for a night like this since the playoffs in 2015? I mean, this was. You kind of put it all together. You did it in front of this crowd. I mean, this was kind of the culmination, it felt like, of a lot.
Yeah, the only thing I was really thinking was, all right, we got to continue to play defense because we were up 20 before and of course, Golden State came back and won. So just didn't want that to happen again. But we were locked in. They came out at halftime and went on a 5-0 run. Coach called timeout. We had a couple bad possessions, and we were able to lock back in and was able to get stops and score the basketball. So, our guards are doing a great job on those two guys. Biggs being up, Dame had 8 turnovers, CJ had 4. So we're just trying to make them as uncomfortable as possible and make them make other plays and make other guys beat us.
Damian Lillard mentioned in the locker room that the covers that he's getting from you guys, he's just never seen since he's been in the league. With how you guys, backcourt are covering him, are those ones that really you haven't?
Well, we don't want to give him the same look every time, So every game we switch it up, and so they might game plan for one thing, but we come out and do something else. So we just want to mix it up. But I think we're just doing a great job of just making him take tough shots, being physical with him, and then going at him on the other end, trying to wear him down a little bit. So if you do have open shots, he's a lot more tired shooting those shots than, more rested and able to knock him down. So we're just trying to make him play on both ends of the floor. And Drew is doing a great job on him. Rondo, Twan, all those guys.
Nico, this is the second year in a row you've seen Rondo kind of rise to the occasion in the playoffs. What changes in him when the game starts the postseason?
He is just different. You can see him every time he's watching the film, he's talking to the guys, and he's completely different player. And I remember last year when we were playing in Boston, when we won 2 first games, and it was just huge for us. He was guarding the ball, he was making us play, and the same thing he's doing right now. He's just making us better. And both sides of the court, not just offensively, defensively. He's talking every time he know what they're playing. So he was just telling us, "AD, they're gonna run for your guy" or something like that. So it's just a very important piece and big part of the success why we're playing this way.
Mm-hmm. Talking to me?
Sorry, can you say again? Me? Maybe after I make my second 3. But to be honest, I never thought to score 30 or something like that. We're just trying to play simple. If I have a shot, take a shot. So I need to give a credit to my teammates. They were looking for me multiple times, and AD made some great passes to me. So it's just about the team, about winning, and but for me, once again, was the most important was guarding the ball, and like AD say, guarding CJ and Lillard, those pick and rolls. So and offensively it was great day, and we just need to keep moving forward.
Nico, did you envision that a night like this could be possible for you when you're being traded mid-season and the frustrations that you went through earlier this year?
I knew I was capable to have games like those, but I never wanted to force any shots, and I always wanted to play simple, play for my teammates the same way they've been playing for me, and I'm very blessed where I'm right now. I'm very thankful for the organization, the trust they put in me, bringing me here, and I just wanted to show them that they were right bringing me here, and I just want to bring good energy to the team, into the locker room, and it's just, it's been a great season for me so far.
And you joked about the shaving, but are you convinced now that you have to keep that up? And
I have to now, now it's too late to let it grow, so It's been fun, but I feel good. I feel good being shaved, and I have like AD sent the rook last game to buy the machine because I forget it in Portland, so it was kind of fun, and I'm sure next game is gonna be shaved again.
AD, what do you think it says about this team that game one you had 30, game two Drew had 30, and then tonight Nico had 30? You can hit teams from so many different angles.
Yeah, we got a lot of weapons. We able to score from different positions. But I think the thing is we just trusting each other. No one cares about scoring, or, oh, I haven't got a shot, I need to shoot the ball. We just trusting each other. We're playing the right way on offense, and guys just moving the basketball. We're playing hard on the offensive end, cutting hard, and we're looking for each other. So they're able to help guys make shots and with a lot of confidence. But for each guy, different guy to score 30 in all three of these games, it's been fun to watch. The way he's been doing it, Drew just took over, game two, and then Nico, basically took over game three. So it's been fun to watch those guys, but I think most importantly, it's been fun to watch us on the defensive end, the stuff we've been doing, flying around, helping each other, talking. I think we did a good job rebounding tonight. So it's been fun. This whole series has been fun.
AD, compared to the regular season, would you say you guys have more confidence now, or you guys are just taking the game more seriously?
Nah, I mean, we always had the same amount of confidence. We don't care who we're playing, regular season or postseason. We just go out there and play. Of course, you lock in a little bit more in the postseason because you have to play the team at least 4 times. So the scouting is a lot different. Guys know what you're going to run, know what you're going to do. So it makes it a lot tougher. But I think we just locked in more. We just having fun just playing.
Two-part question for both of you. How much did Bogey being on the bench tonight give you guys a boost? And secondly, Drew had mentioned this week that we want to give him an idea of what the future is like. Obviously, he's a free agent this summer. When you're playing this brand of basketball right now, I mean, it's got to be attractive, right?
Yeah, it was very fun to have him on the bench. He was very involved. He was up talking smack. He was, helping us out. Stuff he's seen. Remember one time he came and said something to me and Doe about a situation on offense. So he was involved all night tonight. And then, for the second part, he never been in the playoffs before, so him to be here and witness this crowd, I think it, gives him a little edge to come back. But hopefully we keep it going and it just make him want to be a part of it. But we love him here. Obviously, you guys love him here, but just to get a taste of this, I think he'll want to come back for sure.
AD, do you believe there's a playoff Rondo? That there's a different player in him when the postseason rolls around?
I don't know. This is my first time playing with him in the playoffs, so I don't.
But is he a different guy than what you've the last 3 games? Does he look like a different player than when you saw him?
He's just playing, man. We just playing, together as a team. Of course, he's like Nico said, he's more locked in. He's watching film all night. He's on us all the time. So his mentality has definitely changed, but I think that's for everybody. Everybody just changed. We know that we're in a special position. We just want to go out there and just, prove. There you go. Oh, okay. We're back. And just prove everybody wrong. We're just out here just playing, having fun, honestly.
AD, you mentioned it a couple of minutes ago, making sure you keep playing defense because of that Warriors game a couple of years ago. Does that still stick with you as, I guess, something to remember throughout the games in the series that you can never take your foot off the gas?
Oh, for sure. There could have been a difference in the series. We win game 3. It's 2-1. Give us a little confidence for game 4. And then go back to Golden State. Anything can happen. So, but I think about that all the time. We're up 20. Going to the 4th, and they come back and win. So, in overtime. So it was just tough for us, tough for me to kind of grasp. But that's the biggest thing. Just making sure that. And the coach is on the other side, so he told us we can't let up. So we just got to make sure that we just keep playing defense throughout this whole playoffs.
And AD, going back to DeMarcus, what do you think it meant to him to hear those boogie chants in the 4th quarter?
Oh, I think it was amazing. he was over there doing like a little dance, so he enjoyed it. He loves being here. I think this, him being here gave him a little taste of, like you said, what the future can hold for our team and for this franchise. So he enjoyed it. Everybody glad he was here, and we'll see him again Saturday.
Nico, can you talk about the level of trust on defense you guys have between the team? You trust the guards to check CJ and Damian, and you guys are back there, and they trust you to protect the rim. Can you talk about that?
Yeah. Obviously, from the beginning of this series, we knew that it's not going to be just about guards guarding CJ and Lillard. It was going to be really important to trust each other, especially bigs who were doing a great job blitzing them or being high in those pick and roll. And, like AD says, we are trying to make it hard for them, trying to make them take contested, difficult shots. And so far, we're doing a great job, and we just need to stay locked in because for sure they're going to come next game and try to do a better job, but we're going to try to do a better job too.
AD, can you talk about what the atmosphere was like when you guys came back into the locker room? What did Coach Gentry say to you as a unit, and what do y'all say to each other in anticipation of Game 4?
We just say it's not over. I mean, of course we, gave everybody high fives. Miss B came in, but we know it's not over. So that's what we said. We just said it's not over. We got to come back Game 4, and we got to come to practice tomorrow and go over some stuff, look at film, and then get ready for Game 4 and just make sure we come out, with the same intensity that we did to start the game, on both ends of the floor. So still got another one to win. And that's all it was. The series not over yet. Cool.
All right, the Warriors beat the Spurs in Game 3 earlier tonight, 110-97. The Dubs have taken a 3-0 lead for the 5th consecutive series. This was the 7th straight playoff loss for the Spurs, all 7 to the Warriors. Draymond Green at the podium in San Antonio.
You had 4 blocks tonight, and you've held them, I think, 3 straight games, a really low percentage shooting-wise. How have you just thought of your defense, personally and team-wise?
I think personally I've been pretty good, just all over the floor in the fray, trying to muddy things up for them on offense and then trying to get them out of some of their patterns. They're one of those squads that, you just let them get into their offense, and whatever they're trying to get into, they run great stuff. They're well coached. They're very disciplined. But you start to break those patterns up a little bit, and, it gets a little bit tougher on them. So that's kind of been my mindset, randomly switching, sometimes randomly going to double, just doing different things to try to keep them off balance. So I've felt pretty good where I've been at defensively. And then our team, I think, has been amazing with the same mindset that I've personally had. Just swarming these guys, trying to make everything tough. For the most part, I think we've been pretty good on the boards, which is a big key coming into this series. I think maybe every time we played them this year, at least 3 or 4 times, I'm positive they out-rebounded us. And so, just finishing the play is, the attention to detail. You can guard all you want and as good as you want, but if you don't finish the play against this squad, they're going to make you pay. Sometimes they have 5 guys crashing the glass, and so I think the discipline on the boards has been amazing as well.
Draymond, obviously defense was the impetus coming into this series. You guys wanted to reestablish that championship defense. Where is this team's offense right now? Do you feel like you've been able to get into a rhythm at all, kind of get back to those higher levels, if you will?
I think we've been in a decent rhythm. I think there's still another level we can get to, and I have no doubt in my mind that we will get to that level, but with as bad as we were playing, to kind of get to where we are now is pretty solid, and, it's the first round. You kind of don't want to, if you can still win and not be clicking and peaking at that time, it's great, and I don't think we are. And so I think it's been solid. We've been able to find a pretty decent rhythm, but there are some things that we can clean up on that side of the ball, and we will.
Draymond, you're over here. You're coached obviously close to Coach Popovich, and you could tell he's been a little down lately with what's going on. How important is it to have that veteran leadership in the locker room to get through a game where there's kind of some tough things going on outside the court?
It's very important. As I said earlier on Twitter, our thoughts and prayers are with Coach Popovich, his family, the entire Spurs family, organization, fan base, everybody. You know, when you're dealing with a city like this, everyone rallies around this team, and it's like one huge family down here. And so, you know, just wish everybody well in these tough times, and you know, obviously Coach Curtin knew her well. And, you know, it's been tough on him. But to have that veteran leadership in the locker room, I think is great. You know, it's perfect setup for a letdown. And I don't say that to be insensitive at all to the situation, because life, you know, we all take this basketball stuff serious and we want to win. But when you start talking life and death, like a game doesn't matter. But yet we still wanted to come out and try to win the game. And so having that veteran leadership to kind of try to put everything to the side no matter what, knowing that they're going to come out, you know, on an emotional high and, you know, spirited and trying to do everything that they can to get a win for this entire city, for Coach Popovich, for his family, to kind of have that leadership to push through that and know that, hey, man, they're coming out and they're going to punch us. And we got to take that punch and try to deliver a punch again. And I think we did that to start the game. And then they push us again, and we're like, all right, here we go again. We got to take another punch. You know, the leadership and experience that we have in the locker room definitely helps in a situation like that. But like I said, when we're talking life and death, none of this even matters.
How do you figure out when you're up enough to get guys off the floor? Like, as far as your team goes, you know, with Kevin tweaking his ankle there late in NBA League of Runs, how do you know when it's time to get the big guys off the floor?
I mean, I think that's always kind of a tough decision for coaches when you get guys off the floor. Nonetheless, you know, Kevin tweaks his ankle. As we all know, you tweak your ankle, it's weaker. You keep them out there on the floor and they roll it again, all of a sudden it's much more serious than it is. You know, I think at that point we had a 15-point lead. If we can't hold it down at that point, then we'll deserve to win anyway. And, you know, Sean twisted his next ankle, got him out the game. You know, that's one thing that we've preached all year is our depth. You know, we trust our depth. And, you know, a guy tweak his ankle in that situation, you don't want to keep him in there and make it worse. Other guys just got to step up and close out the game.
Looney's looked really good on defense over these last few games. He looked particularly good in the first half today. What can you say about what he was able to provide on the defensive end tonight and just sort of his maturation on that end of the court throughout the season?
He's been, like you said, he's been great all this, you know, this series, but all year. You know, when you look at what Loon went through this year and not getting his option picked up, he could have sulked and, you know, pouted and threw a pity party for himself. He did the complete opposite. And that's what got him on the floor this year, is the way he was defending and switching out on guards and, you know, clogging stuff up on the defensive end. And he's continued to get those minutes and he's continued to provide that. I think, you know, to start this series, he's taken it to another level and it's been great. He was all over the place in that first half tonight. And we needed it. And so, you know, I'm very proud of him and what he's been able to accomplish. You know, what he's bringing to this team. We're definitely going to need him moving forward if we're able to get through this series. And, you know, some of the teams that we're going to be playing after this will definitely need that. So just watching him grow on that side of the ball, it's been special.
Right here. When you start out 1 for 11 from 3, what's the mindset? What adjustments do you make, or how do you break out of that?
Well, you know, it's funny because at some point in the second quarter, I think it was 43-41, and there was a timeout, and Steve was like, hey, guys, we got the lead. We haven't hit a three. I didn't even notice. You're just kind of lost in, you know, in the flow of the game and trying to do whatever you can to pull ahead. We try not to live and die by the three. If it's not falling, it's just not falling. Our defense needs to be great, and we need to get to the hole and try to get to the free throw line. I think we did a pretty decent job of that while we couldn't hit a shot. But, you know, we never try to focus on that. Just continue playing and do whatever's working at that time. And eventually, you know, we get in our flow, we get stops, we get out in transition, then the threes eventually fall.
You guys have been up 3-0 plenty of times. How hard are closeout games when you have a chance to sweep, and especially against this team, knowing that they can just play loose?
Very tough. You know, we were in this position last year. Like you said, we've been in it multiple other times, and you know, especially against a team like this, you know, an organization that's filled with pride. They're never going to quit. And at that point, you're down 3-0, you got to swing for the fences. You know, go out and play freely with nothing to lose. We know what this team is capable of, so we still got to come out with mindset that we've had, you know, the aggressive mindset that we've had these 3 games, and maybe even ramp it up a little bit more, knowing that the closeout game is usually the toughest. And, you know, we got to just like tonight, withstand that first punch and try to throw one back and withstand another one and then try to throw it back again. So it's tough, but, we've been there before, and hopefully our experience will help us get through it.
All right, we are awaiting Kevin Durant to make his way to the podium in San Antonio. Stay tuned.